And now, Giant Sports Talk Live. Here are your hosts, Eric and Glenn.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to a Wednesday night edition of Giants Sports Talk Live. Giants pull out a win, 7-4 in Washington. Blake Snell had another great game. The ninth inning got a little bit wonky. Hey, what's up? I see a lot of people there. I see Stephen J. Welcome to the chat. I remember seeing you in NorCal. Welcome. 3-5. What is up? 3-5. How's it going, man? And I see Carter, the cynic, is in there as well.
Yeah,
I also see a bunch of the regulars. I see Greg. I see Ibrahim. Doval owes me 2 pairs of pants after the
What?
Exactly. That was. Woo. I'm gonna put a poll out here pretty soon. We need to talk about who should be the closer for the San Francisco Giants. But boy,
it was a little muddled,
boy.
wasn't it
What's
today,
up,
Eric? A little muddled?
Yeah, man. I'm telling you. It was weird. It was great. But one thing that was great, Giants put up a lot of runs. 3 for 7 with runners in scoring position. That was better than 1 in 14. What is the show's Twitter handle? Hey, I'll tell you right now. Hold on 1 second. Let me put it up. There you go.
I was just going to give you, there it is.
Giants, capital S, capital T, capital L Live is the Twitter. There you go. Give us a follow. That'd be awesome. But yeah, man, goodness. And you had 3 home runs. You had Ramos, Chapman, and Yaz, all with home runs, which was nice to see. Especially, you want to see the young guys. Chapman's still producing again. I think he had a double and he had a home run. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Yaz had a triple and a home run. So they took care of business. The lineup took care of business today. Blake Snell had another good outing with 6 innings. It was a quality start. Only gave up 3 runs. That wasn't bad. Had 8 strikeouts. So hey, I will take that.
Hey, the chat can help us out, Eric. I believe if you also want to follow us on the X, ZZ Top says I heard it on the X. So if you want to hear it on the X, you can follow us on Twitter, I believe now by simply going Giants Sports Talk Live.
Nice.
Try that, folks, and let us know if that works. Get you in. I believe we're now registered as Giant Sports Talk Live as well.
Yep, that should, if you type that in, it should pop up. But if you hit that @ symbol, you will 100%, no doubt, be able to find our Twitter.
Eric, you want to give them all the details in a nutshell?
Hey, look at that. Giant Sports Talk Live @gmail.com. That's how you can reach us by email. Of course, we also have right here, you're watching us here on YouTube, and we're also on Facebook, Giant Sports Talk Live. And then again, as we had just stated a bit ago, follow us on X at Giants, capital S, capital T, capital L Live.
I never look so good. I want to cover you up, but it never works the way I want to. See, when I go like this, I tried to cover your face.
Try, ain't gonna work.
It might work. Coming up with the show tonight, we're going to review what we saw today. Eric and I saw some bombs. The pitching was great early, wasn't so good late. We're going to take a look around Major League Baseball. There were some good games today, Eric, and several are still underway. Some of the teams we're looking at in the Mets are tied with Colorado very late in the game. And later on in the show, we do our Glenn's pickups of the day, Eric.
Yes.
My sports memorabilia collection every night.
Right.
We take a look at 3 items. I am going to leave you wanting tonight. Will not leave you disappointed with my pickups. Bernice says, the mailman was here. I'm like, I don't think there's any mail. Oh, there was mail. And I can't wait to unleash what I got.
Unleash! Release the Kraken.
And you want me to, I'll let a little cat out of the bag. Okay? One of my favorite sayings, let the cat out of the bag. There's no Wilmer Flores today.
No Wilmer
And look
Flores.
how excited I am, Eric.
Oh, wait.
I think you're going to be excited, too. That's coming up later in the show. We'll be on for the next 2 hours talking Giants baseball. And I can't wait, Eric. We scored lots of runs today. Let's just Get right into it.
Let's do it.
And now, today's Giants in Review on Giant Sports Talk Live.
All right, there we go. Got the box score up. As we stated earlier, Giants are back to 500 with the score of 7-4 over the Washington Nationals. Nationals made it a little bit interesting at the end of the game. Snell had the win. He's now 2-3 with a 4.31 ERA. Irvin took the loss, 8-10, and Doval with the save, barely.
And when you get three players, Eric, three, not one or two, three players every day, if you can do that the rest of the season, get three players who step up and bring it, your chances of winning are good. Ramos today doesn't even look like he missed a beat. Matt Chapman, one of the hottest hitters in baseball since the All-Star break. And, oh my God, lo and behold, did you say Mike Yastrzemski had a big game today? Indeed, he did. He was actually, I believe, chosen the player of the game in the post-game show on Washington television. So we're going to talk about that. Let's start at the top of the order. We usually take a look at the roster from top to bottom. Usually it stinks by the time we get to the ninth spot, Eric. But how did things look today as far as our batters? How are they swinging?
Much better today. A combination of 10 hits by the club with 7 runs, which is nice. Wade led it off, had 1 hit, one run scored with 1 walk. So
mixing it up today.
He's okay.
Mixing it up. We won. I'm going to mix it up. Washington color there. See?
Oh yeah, there you go. Ramos in the 2-hole had 2 hits today. Got a single, and he had that big home run.
Yeah, he didn't look at. He doesn't missed a beat, has he? Everybody's talking about this.
The dude's awesome.
Terrible injury. The thumb, the bad bruise.
No,
man,
he's
cranked. Did you see that swing today? See the home run?
I missed it because I was in Walmart, unfortunately, at that time.
Walmart? What are we doing at Walmart?
Man, get a shot, man. Man's got to eat, right?
I was over at Costco. Almost missed it. And I'm not a lot. What do you think I was doing at Costco today, Eric?
Shopping, probably.
I was giving out. Hey, you want to check us out online? We got Giant Sports Talk. Everybody who had a San Francisco Giants hat, Bernice is like, don't do it.
Yep.
Giant fan, check out the show.
So got to do it, man.
I was working. I was pounding the pavement, so to speak, but I saw the start of the game, and boy, Ramos swing, that lower arm, he willed it out with that bottom arm.
Are you talking? Wait, are we talking about Ramos, the All-Star? There we go. You gotta have the Ramos video, man. When he's doing something good, we got to put him up there, man.
I'll never get tired of it. He keeps hitting them. We'll keep playing them.
There you go. I like it.
Yeah, and that hit? See that home run that was in that video against Colorado?
Oh yeah,
that was the swing today. Boom! At Nationals ballpark, and you knew it was gone. Boy, he just the big meaty arms. Boom! It was gone.
What's up, 49er Media? I see out there. Absolutely. That's it. The guy's producing. Yeah, he has a couple. Look, there's going to be sometimes where he's not going to get hits, but then there's a lot of times he's going to get multiple hits. And look at the kid. He's batting 289, still has an 853 OPS, man. The kid's doing it. The kid is doing it. And then he had a Conforto in a 3-hole. Again, he had another hit today, which is nice. A hit and an RBI. He's coming out of his slump. Remember, I said, it looks like Wade and Conforto may be getting out of this slump, maybe because of the injury. Maybe they're feeling a little bit more froggy, maybe. Yeah. So it's good to see. Hey, talk about your boy Chapman there, Glenn.
I got him in my fantasy league. People were kind of poo-pooing me for picking him up. They're like, oh, you picked up that bum.
Yep.
And a couple of times I tried to deal him early when I had him. And people just laughed at me. Well, who's laughing now? 3 for 4. He had a couple of RBIs, had the run scored. He's, I mentioned in the show the other day, I think he was batting like 231. Look what he's up to now, Eric.
Yeah, what is that? 248, if I'm not mistaken, right?
At his age, his contribution, I'll take 250 all day.
There's nothing wrong with 250 if you're hitting 20 plus home runs. I would agree with that. I would agree with that. The 230 at like 18 home runs.
But you know what else is a nice stat line there is the RBIs. He had a couple of RBIs again today. He's producing not only with some key hits. He's hitting the bombs, but he's moving some ducks around the pond there, and he's getting some runners over home plate with some valuable runs today. It looked like we were going to need him early, but let's take a look at what Conforto. You mentioned him. He's another guy bouncing back.
Yep, absolutely. He's another guy bouncing back. He's putting together a lot better swings than he was when he came back right off the IL. So, like I said, maybe those legs are feeling better. You got to have that bottom half working for you. If you don't have that bottom half working for you, you're just swinging with all your arms. You're not going to get much done. So maybe he's getting some more lower half in his swing. Same thing.
Yeah, when you get guys like Conforto, and you mentioned Ramos too, when you get those guys on, that's what I'm saying. 1 for 4 outing doesn't sound like a lot, but he had what was it, an RBI in that game.
Yep,
he was on base for Chapman. You're setting up your big hitter in the 4-hole, your 5-hole hitter. I was a little surprised to see Bailey up in the lineup hitting behind Matt Chapman today. Were you?
Yeah, now I'm going to start getting into this. Of course, Matt Chapman with the 3 hits. Bailey, no hits again. A guy is slumping, man. I think he's got like 1 hit and like, 28 at bats or something crazy?
Could be more than that. Could have hit the 30 mark. Didn't he?
I don't know, man.
1 for 30, Eric. Might be right on the money. 1 for 30.
But, hey, he's calling a great game. It's okay if he's calling a great game and he's getting the production out of the pitchers. I'm okay with that. As long as you got other guys that are producing in the lineup. Here's the one that was a head scratcher. Fitzgerald.
Oh, you got my text?
I don't understand it. Yeah, even before you even sent it, I saw the lineup and I'm like, what is going on? Why isn't he leading off or hitting second? That's where he needs the bat, not 6th. I don't understand it, but whatever. It is what it is. There's another person. Well, we'll get into it after we finish here. Yastrzemski, we've already talked about him. Had a home run and a triple, went 2 for 4. Had 2 RBIs. He was getting it done. Look at him. He's batting up at the 248 now. So he's putting together a decent season this year. He's come around. You know how he was in the beginning of the season, man. It was like, oh, I'm guilty as charged. It's like, get rid of this guy because he wasn't doing anything. I mean, nothing. I mean, but let's be serious though. Because of that lack of production early in the season, that's the reason why the Giants are where they're at right now. Instead of being, 10 games above 500, we're at 500. And a lot of that can, you could point to the production of some of these players in the beginning of the season. That's why I said you just got to be consistent. But is it nice to see him producing now? Absolutely.
Well, I like seeing the young players on the diamond. I also like seeing the fresh faces, a guy who hit in the minor leagues in the clip of around 350 to 360 was Gerard Encarnacion. I said it right tonight because I'm catching on to this guy. We dealt away Jorge Soler, who's now batting lean up in Atlanta. They like him there, but I love Encarnacion.
And he had a really nice at bat there when he got that RBI in from third base. He had 2 strikes on him, was able to hit the ball up the middle, able to get that additional run in. Granted, they didn't need it, but still, it's nice to have that cushion. You never know what could happen, especially what was going on in that.
I think he got robbed in the game on a play. And did you see his? Well, you were at Walmart probably. I don't know if you were in the. See, I go shopping with my wife. I'm smart. I say I'm just going to go down to the electronics department. I try to find a clicker, a flipper, and I put the game on. That's what I do. I sneak down there and I act like I own the place as usual.
Nice.
By TV. This is how the game looks. But Encarnacion, he took one of the pitchers to the warning track at the deepest part of center field. So just as Maxwell Smart would say, he missed it by
that much. Yep. And
so
wisely.
again, he was 1 for 4, but he continues to, I'll take that. DH, 1 for 4, scored, an RBI in that game on the stat sheet. He's still batting .333. You can say, it's not a lot of at-bats, but he's done it. He did it in Mexico. He went to the minor leagues and the Giants when they picked him up. He batted close to .350, and here he is, .333 clip. Until I see different, I'm on board the Encarnacion train.
All right. Yeah, we'll see what he does. We'll see what he does the rest of the season. We'll see.
Eric wasn't. What else is new, right?
Nope. I wasn't. I like what he was doing in AAA.
But have you changed your tune?
Well, let's get some more games in, but I like what I see. Let's say that. I like what I see.
Ooh.
There we go. Wisely. Kind of. He's been cooling off quite a bit.
Yeah, Wisely playing Wisely baseball as of late.
Kind of sucks because you like to see these young kids go out there and produce, and he's kind of been on the down end of production lately. But
I've never liked his bat, Eric. I've never liked his bat. I don't think he's a long term.
He was putting together some pretty good at bats. You
think he's a long term fix in this lineup? I don't.
Man, we're talking about Farhan Zaidi. Nothing's long term with Farhan. Come on.
2 weeks. 2 weeks. You're doing good.
Yeah.
How the pitching go today? Snell was coming off that unbelievable. Snell couldn't go beyond 5. Snell had never thrown a complete game. Snell did it all. Wiped out the entire stats line that last game. And he picked up his second win of the year again today, Eric. How many hits did he give up?
Yeah, look at that. He only gave up 4 hits. Gave up only 1 home run. It was a 2-run shot. And and that was pretty much it because he only allowed 3 runs. He got 8 strikeouts, only walked 1, which was not. But the problem is that walk wound up turning into a run. It kind of sucked. He walked him and then he tried to pick him off at first base, threw the ball away. Guy got the second. The Nationals were able to advance him over to third, and then they got a hit, which scored the first run. So that walk, unfortunately, turned into a run. But still, the guy had another good outing. You can't argue with that. Now, here's an issue that I have. Look at the bullpen. There's the last few games, the bullpen's been used quite a bit. For Webb's outing, he couldn't even go 6, so they had to make up for the rest of the game. Yesterday, the bullpen had to go 7 innings, and here, because of the issues that Miller had, that kind of really messed everything up. Miller did not look good today. But Walker came in and slammed the door. Boy, that was a key strikeout there to end. I think it was the 7th inning. And then, of course, you had Tyler come in and a Doval, man. Okay.
7th inning, yeah.
Ooh, we got to talk about Doval, man.
I've said it before on the show, Eric. I said it before, and I could see where this train was heading. It was going down the wrong rails because I said, when you get a guy, he's certainly not seasoned and he's not a veteran yet, Eric. He's not the elite closer in the league. And when you start having the light show and walk-up music, I go, you better be a John Wetland or one of the, I go back to Wetland because I thought he was a great closer. After his early careers, he started in Montreal, but you better produce. You're going to be that cocky with walk-up music and that crap. And I'll get into it later in the show, Eric, but that leads me to, these teams, a guy hits a home run when they're 18 games behind first place and they're out of the wild card race in July, but they're hanging medallion, hit a home run, hanging a medallion around, they're pushing them in a shopping cart. I'm like, if you played on my team, Eric, you come and you wear a shirt and tie. You're there to play ball and not gimmicks and push that like in Moneyball. You haven't seen Moneyball, but they had lost about 15 in a row and they've got the music going and they're dancing. And of course, Billy Bean comes in and goes, what are you doing? He just lost like 15 in a row. He takes the bat and he wipes out the boombox. He goes, that's what losing sounds like. So all the pomp and ceremony these players act like. And again, I'll do a 180, go back to Doval. Yeah. What do you think? This pomp and ceremony over this guy, and he's not producing, Eric. Not like the level of an elite closer.
No, I mean he allows teams to get back into a game, and that's just I don't like that, man. It's
No, pisses me off.
all you're doing is you give the momentum over to the other team, and I don't get me wrong, Brian Wilson, he did similar things as well. But
he got it done.
I don't know.
Wilson got the job done when it got done, Eric.
He did.
The only time I can remember Doval coming into that elite situation was the final game against the Dodgers, and Bellinger, who couldn't hit off Doval. So
yeah, threw him a damn slider instead of a high fastball. Yeah.
Pisses me off.
Yeah, it's not I see that a lot. It's a different.
So walk us through his outing today, Eric.
He
did get the save.
He got the save, but he gave up a couple of. No, I think he walked the first guy, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Base on balls, and he did give up a single.
Then he gave up a single. Then he gave up no. What did he give up? Yeah, because he allowed one run. What was it? Didn't someone hit a double? Someone hit a double, yeah. Right? If I'm not mistaken, I can't remember how it went. Anyways, it wound up with the damn.
I've got the rundown if you want it.
Yeah, go for it. You did a rundown. You got it.
Okay, Ruiz. Is that it? Ruiz. He pinch hit. Ruiz was hit by the pitch. That's where it started, okay? It was the hit by pitch. Then Jacob Young strolled up to the plate. He singled. That was the little poke to right center. So runners at first and second as of that hit. Then Luis Garcia pinch hit, and Garcia grounded out. So Young went to second and Ruiz to third. So second and third, we had one out in the game. Then the walk to C.J. Abrams, Eric. The sacks were full.
Yep.
And Alex Call grounded into the double play.
Yep, ended the game.
So a little bit of luck maybe. But again, bases loaded, Eric, and the Giants have made, not just Doval, haven't the Giants made, you look at Robbie Ray's performance in Los Angeles, there have been a couple of games where hit, batters, walks, like any way you can get them on base, let's just do it for that. Give them a shot to win this game. There's too many opportunities. You should win. And there have been games as well, Eric, offensively, same thing. They don't have a killer instinct, this ball club, in any aspect of the game.
Yeah, well, the good thing today, though, at least they got the runs. But yeah, this is what I've been saying. It's like sometimes they get the pitching and the hitting can't get on the same page and being good. It's like one is good, the other one's bad, or vice versa. What's up, Jim? I see you out there. And but today, they kind of overall they got it done, except for, again, the bullpen got a little bit weird with Eric Miller. That could have been a disaster because if I'm not mistaken, the bases were loaded when Ryan Walker came in, had a huge strikeout. That was a huge strikeout. That could have been disastrous. That was again in the 7th inning. The 9th inning, same thing with Doval. But I got a poll out there, guys. I want to know, who do you think the closer should be? I'm asking the chat. What do you got? Who do you? Oh,
you're not asking me. You know what I think. But
who do you think the closer should be? Because I'm tired of seeing Doval go out there and almost freaking get out. And it's totally opposite. Remember yesterday? Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom.
Hey, Eric.
Today, not even close.
Eric, Abraham's here. Yeah. I like Abraham.
Yeah, you want to hear what he has to say?
Wink, wink, nod, nod.
There you go. I think the Giants should look to moving Doval if he can regain some form. This offseason, deal him if he has value and see what Reggie Crawford can do. If he can't, then use Walker next year. You got Hicks too. Yeah. Oh yeah. There you go. Ibrahim said it. Hicks. Why not? Why not use Hicks? He's succeeded in the high leverage reliever role. So do it, man. It works. I don't know why they didn't trade Doval at the trade deadline, to be honest with you. They should have done that during the trade deadline.
Plus, Eric, when you've got an ace, you got a guy, and I can certainly picture Hicks doing this. When you got an ace closer, he comes in there and he's like, he tells you, you better be ready to hit me. And I don't get the feeling that Doval, he comes in and he's more of a pitcher and not a thrower.
Right.
He's not mowing them down.
Yeah.
And I think you got to have a closer who has that, that swagger, that attitude that he can mow you down. I think Doval's got a little bit of swag, a little bit of arrogance, but he's more pitching than just rearing back and throwing 103 and saying, try to hit me.
Yep.
You agree?
Yeah. And it's interesting because remember, he used to be a guy that threw 100 consistently. I haven't seen him hit 100 in a while. And it could be by design. Maybe he doesn't have as much control throwing harder than he does by toning it down a little bit. Maybe he gets a little bit more command of the pitch rather than just trying to blow someone away if it's not in the zone. Oh, there it is. Greg. Someone's making fun of Greg. So we got Greg Gayton. 2025. Hicks is the closer. Doval, 8th inning. There's nothing wrong. I'm going to be opposed to that. Anonymous brings a good point. Too late this year. Hicks is throwing the ball all over the place, and I don't think he will last the season. Again, I know where he's going with this. He's prefacing this because of wearing him out in the rotation. I don't know. We'll see. Obviously, there was fatigue setting into Mr. Doval. Maybe he could regain a little bit of it because he's not going out every 5th day having to throw 90 pitches. Now he just has to go out there and throw maybe 20 pitches every few days. So maybe he could get something back because I did notice in his last outing, he was up in the high 90s again. But again, we'll see. We still got 2 more months of baseball.
Do you agree with Abraham? He says he doesn't think he was dealt because of the value. Do you
probably because his ERA was crappy? I mean, come on, everyone could see the tape. Again, kind of what we're seeing. He's very unpredictable when he goes out there on the mound.
See, this is another case. And it's not just guys in our chat, Eric, but you look around Major League Baseball and they talk Giants baseball. And, we get a lot of Giant fans who are like, oh, this guy's good and we shouldn't trade him. Well, if they're so valuable, why does nobody else in the league want to trade for these guys, Eric?
Good question.
You can't keep coming to the dish saying, oh, he's a great pitcher. This is a great batter, great young batter. And you try to trade him and nobody wants him. Well, what does that tell you? Yeah.
Yeah. Speaks volumes. Michael Lovell. Look at that. Look at Michael Lovell. Remember, oh my gosh, the Michael other Lovell. Astronaut.
Man on the moon.
Yeah, and that wasn't Michael, but oh my God, I can't remember his first name. But yes, Doval has great stuff, but he is a head case. Yes. I think a lot of his problems is between his ears. I would agree with you, Michael. Yes. Let's see what else we got. Ibrahim says there's a very interesting X post that shows Doval's form from the past years and this year. His stance and his arm angles look different. Maybe they're tweaking with something. Maybe they are.
So Lovell there. Is he a newcomer, Michael Lovell?
Yes, I haven't seen him in the chat.
Is he any relation to the naval aviator and the astronaut James Lovell?
Yeah.
Jimmy
Lovell, that's what it was.
Yeah, exactly. The movie.
Yeah, great movie.
It's amazing what the movies teach you. You can know nothing about history, watch a good movie, and all of a sudden you can...
But from stuff that I've read, Jim Lovell was a really good guy. He wasn't just a great astronaut. He was also a good guy. Anonymous, I'm not saying he's already blown past his innings. Again, going back to Hicks. What do we got here? People are talking about what did Greg say? Ooh. You know what? Greg Dayton, thank you so much because you have just provided the perfect segue.
And now, a Giant Sports Talk Live scoreboard update.
All right, here we go. Scores from around the league. Thank you, Greg. Much appreciated. Yes, Apollo 13. That is correct. Let's get here. Let me refresh it to make sure it's all up to date.
You take the lead on this one.
All right, here we go. Bottom of the 7th, Detroit at Seattle. It was a big pitching duel between Scooble and Kirby. Right now, it looks like the Tigers are making out. They're up 3-2, and it looks like they're going to get ready to head into the 8th inning.
Scooble. Everybody loves Scooble around me. I think they just like his name.
He's a good pitcher. Good pitcher.
They're in the fifth inning, and right now the Dodgers are holding a 4-3 lead over the Philadelphia Phillies. I'll take a look
Close
at the
one.
box score in that one in the next few minutes and see if there's an update. That's a very close game. Two good teams right there, Eric.
Yep.
Philadelphia had been struggling, but don't underestimate the Phillies. And a lot of people in the National League West who follow this particular division as we are so closely following it, they'd like to see the Phillies beat the Dodgers tonight, wouldn't they?
Yes, they would. Come on, get
Somebody
out.
mentioned the Arizona Diamondbacks too, Eric. How did they fare off today?
Yeah, they had two games today. Did they win both? We will soon find out. In the first game, Diamondbacks beat the Guardians 7-3. Corbin Carroll extends the D-backs lead with a 2-run home run. So yes, in Cleveland, Diamondbacks were able to pull it out. Again, that's a team that the Giants are trying to chase, and it's a team that won. So there you go.
All right, we won't give the score of the earlier game because then we're going to scroll up. It's going to ruin the anticipation of a lot of these other games, right, Eric?
Yeah, exactly.
First
That was
game
game one.
The Chicago Cubs with a victory over the Minnesota Twins, as you see it on the scoreboard. 8-2 the final score. Ian Happ smashed a 2-run home run for the Chicago Cubs in that victory. Also in the game, Michael Busch 2 for 3, scored a couple of runs. His average is climbing up. He's now batting .261. He's been playing well as of late. And also at catcher today, Christian Bethancourt. He had a nice game as well, Eric, in that one. 2 for 3, a run, an RBI, and even though he's batting .198, produced, so you can't go wrong there in an 8-2 win.
Exactly. And then the Cubs, again, that's a team that are chasing the Giants for a wild card. So you don't want to see them winning. But the good thing is the Giants won today, so that kind of helps a little bit there. Down in Texas, Astros pull out another win, 6-4 against the Rangers. 13 hits. Look at that. Not too bad.
Battle of the Lone Star State. The Astros were off to such a sluggish start this year, Eric, weren't they?
Yes, they were. They were down near the bottom.
Look at them now.
Look at them now. Exactly. Battling for that first place in the AL West, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm sad to report tonight, Eric, the White Sox 1-game win streak has come to an end. 3-2 final over at the Oakland Coliseum earlier today. And the top offensive bat was the youngster, Zach Geloff. He bats low in the lineup, but he came up big, 2 for 3, and he had an RBI. 3-2 White Sox. Oh, they're thinking, here we go again.
Yeah, maybe the streak starts all over again. Down in the Bronx, Angels took on the Yankees. Yankees come out on top, 5-2. Oswaldo Cabrera goes yard for a solo shot. That was a doubleheader again, just like Arizona and the Guardians because of weather. So the Yankees continue their winning ways, beat the Angels 5-2.
And the Yankees now have 68 wins. And is it because we cheer on and follow so closely, if you will, the National League West that you know the Yankees are good each and every year, but 68 and 46, that team is for real. And you know what Judge has been doing lately.
Oh yeah, he's on a tear, man.
Wasn't Senior over? Caught a couple of games, saw him at his finest.
Yeah, saw him in Fenway and saw him in Philadelphia. Yeah, absolutely.
Said he was crushing the ball.
Yep.
Well, the Diamondbacks, you know what? I'll let you take this one because you said they had a win in the first game or the second game. So technically this was the debut match of a doubleheader. It looks like the Diamondbacks won them both, Eric.
Won them both 5-3. Unbelievable. Man, that Diamondbacks. We'll be looking at the standings here in a little bit.
I was going to say that. Yeah, it's going to be
they
interesting.
are,
Wild card chase.
Them and the Padres are on fire. The two teams that you don't want to be on fire are on fire. So, yeah, Diamondbacks pulled it out 5-3 in the second game. Eduardo Rodriguez came back for the Diamondbacks and was able to get that win.
Marlins, they're kind of playing spoilers as of late, Eric, picking up some nice wins. They beat the Cincinnati Reds 6-4, the final today. Jake Berger, 2 home runs. He was 2 for 4, 2 runs scored, couple batted in, and obviously big production off the bat with a couple of long shots today.
Yeah, and matter of fact, the Reds were down like 6-0. They had no run. They were able to put 4 runs. So They made somewhat of a comeback, but just not enough to come back from behind. And of course, we talked about this earlier. Padres win again in extras against the Pirates, 9-8.
Got to feel bad for the Buccaneers, Eric. There's a team that they're in this playoff race, but you just sense that it's a team. They always are going to fall short, right?
Yeah. Did you say the Buccaneers?
You like that?
Okay, the Buccaneers.
Arr.
All right, and then of course
we were there, Eric. It was 7-4 final. What happened tonight in Toronto?
Look at that!
Surprise.
Baltimore Orioles beat the Blue Jays 7-3, and the story of the day is the young Jackson Holliday hit his third home run in 3 games.
Yeah,
not too bad. The kid has got something. Young kid, when he first came up, he didn't do nothing. He couldn't buy a hit when he first came up. His second go around, it's a little bit different. Guy's showing some pop, and he's proven exactly why he was the number 1 draft pick.
I'll tell you something else, Eric. I'm going to tell you like it is. Baltimore management, when you go out, you got good young players, and you put some guys who are vets in the lineup with them. That's why I like about this Oriole team. They got everything headed toward the postseason, it takes a great fantasy guy also putting his team together, right? When you got a guy like Anthony Santander, you don't give him up. He belted a couple of home runs today in that 7-3 win. And you know who's got Santander in our pool?
Yeah, that would be you.
Everybody wanted him, but we're offering me, chips and salsa. It's having nothing to do with it. Nope.
Then you got the Brewers.
All right, the Brewers. Brewers both the game with a B. Brewers with the win, Eric. Tell us what happened in that game.
Yeah, look at that. Brewers coming on top against the Atlanta Braves. Braves have been scuffling, man. Braves have been scuffling. They may fall out of the wild card. You never know. If they keep it up, they may fall out of the wild card. Brewers win 8-5. A lot of hits. Look at that. 16 hits on 8 runs. Braves had 10 hits with 5 runs. So it was a lot of action going on in that game. So, but the Brewers, they pull it out.
And the first game of the doubleheader, you mentioned the nightcap earlier. 8-2. The Angels won the opener. Put a little pressure on the Yankees today. You'd hate to lose a twin bill against the Angels. 8-2, the final score. So they split. Guess who got the win for the LA Angels, Eric?
Who got it?
Hunter Strickland.
Hey, look at that. Former
familiar
Giant.
name, huh?
Yep.
Cardinals are in our race as well in the wild card hunt.
Yes, they are. That's a team above the Giants, and they won today as well against the Rays, 5-2. So that's a team that you're going to have to keep an eye on. They're 3 games above 500. Of course, the Giants have just reached 500 again. So that's a team that we got to keep an eye on, that we got to jump or leapfrog, I should say, if the Giants have any chance of getting into that wild card race.
And as I like to say, always a nice day for baseball in Kansas City. And today, it was the Royals 8, the Red Sox 4. Sooner or later, we're going to have to get out the white flag, Eric, because how do you pitch Bobby Witt Jr.?
Oh my God. That kid, dude.
He didn't hit a home run today, though, Eric.
Woo.
He didn't even hit a home run today.
That is a home run player right there. What the hell's his batting average now? Like 600 and something? I mean, the guy is he is something, man.
Funny you ask, Eric. Funny you ask. He was 3 for 4, scored 3 runs himself, had 4 knocked in. He is batting .347.
347 on the season.
Still a young player.
Wow.
Getting it done.
That's awesome.
For a crap team. Sorry to all you Royal fans out there, but God.
No, they're not that crappy. They're 64-52.
It's still a crap team. Do you cheer for them? I don't cheer for them.
They're going to be in the playoffs.
Well, we were talking about the wild card. You know what's going to be one of the best segments of the whole show? I can't wait. Every night now, I'm all excited to look at the wild card because the Giants picked up a game despite the Mets win today, Eric.
Yeah, how about that? Yeah, again, another team the Giants are chasing, the Mets. They won in Colorado 5-3. So, yeah, again, Giants just have more work to do. That's all that matters. You just got to go out there and win your games. But that concludes out-of-town scoreboard. You want to take a look at – I guess we could probably go look at the standings. There's no other There's really no other games that are really matter for the wild card. No, not at all. There, let's take a look at the standings. Let's see if it's updated.
I know by my account and looking at those scores, the Giants should have picked up a game today.
Yeah, look at that.
They
there
did.
It is. Oh boy.
Yeah.
A game up. There we go. You still gotta get past St. Louis, New York, and the Braves. So it's not impossible, but you're gonna have some work to do. Again, look at that. Arizona Diamondbacks and San Diego Padres are still 8-2, both of them on a 4-game winning streak. And then look at that. I mean, Cincinnati is only 5.5 backs. Chicago is 5 back. Pirates are 4 back. Giants are 3.5 back. There's still a lot of teams that are in this race. I mean, let's think about it. If you just go to here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 teams are still in it. Nationals, Miami, and the Rockies. Yeah, you could pretty much count them out. But these teams right here, yeah, it's gonna be a hell of a race to the finish. And it's gonna be exciting. If anything, it's gonna be some exciting baseball to watch.
Mets,
see who's gonna be
Cardinals, Giants. If you're a fan of any of those teams, and people talk about, I can understand, the value of making the postseason dwindles when you get so many teams getting in, Eric. But so does the luster of August and September baseball when you don't have this race, doesn't it? When the season's over, it's like NASCAR. NASCAR used to have a champion at the end of the year, but you knew who it was after like 8 races.
Yeah.
Now
they have the playoffs.
Well, it's the same for our beloved game. They made a few changes that you like, some changes you don't like, but I like this setup where, Eric, we wouldn't be talking about playoff race right now. The Giants, how many games are the Giants right now out in the National League West? Not that bad, Eric. 9 games out.
9 games out. Yeah.
Season's basically over because you're trying to catch the Dodgers, Arizona, and San Diego. You're hovering down. Well, Colorado's 24 out. That's another team. I'm glad we don't do Rockies Sports Talk live. Oh,
man,
boy.
It would
the
be
White
tough.
Sox and the Rockies. Wouldn't that be something?
Oh my gosh.
When do they play? And what's the attendance?
Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh, man. Could you imagine trying to cover that team? Heckmo says 500. It doesn't get more San Francisco than that. Lately, yeah, that's kind of what it's been. Hey, Anonymous was saying what I was saying. Royals are a very good team, playoff team, especially considering their payroll. Look, their payroll is not up there. Not up there at all, but yet they got a lot of good talent.
Eric, I often say in this chat, I've said this for a long time to a man like you who knows your baseball. I said, how come every single time, we can go back to Connor, Joe, you can go long before that, but in our last few years under Farhan, Connor, Joes of the world, we saw what happened when we gave up our shortstop. He goes to L.A., beats us at the end of the game, right? Nick Ahmed. Well, did you see Mike's post earlier?
No. Oh, yeah, I saw that in Miami. Derek Hill hit a damn grand slam.
Now that is so Giants baseball, is it not? That is Farhan baseball. Cut somebody loose and he's on a roll somewhere else.
Well, it is. I mean, it's one game.
It really is, Eric.
When guys are putting together a season, okay, that's something. But when they have a couple of games here and there, I don't make a big deal about it.
It's something.
People have their moments.
But
it is typical of a player leaving San Francisco and having success. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what? I worry about guys who matter in our lineup, like this guy, Michael Conforto. According to Mike, he's recorded a hit in each of his last 5 games and is 9 for 16 in that stretch. He's batting almost 5.5, 600.
Yeah, he's been doing really well.
Conforto.
Been doing really well.
It'd be nice to get him hot during the stretch now, because he was bounced around on the injured list, off the injured list. He had the bad hamstring. He missed a month and a half because of that. Maybe he's just getting healthy, just getting the swing of things. And I've said this about Conforto. I've said this about Lamont Wade. I've said this countless times about our dear friend number 41, Wilmer Flores. You don't play every day. You don't get into a rhythm. And I think baseball is a very rhythmic game. You got to get your reps. You got to get your at-bats. And maybe now he's just getting into the swing of things.
Yeah, maybe. I'm going to take a look at the poll here. Only 28 votes. So far, 43% say Doval, 36% say Hicks, 21% say Walker. No one says Taylor Rogers.
How many said Walker?
For 21%.
I wasn't among that 21%, okay?
Interesting.
I didn't cast a vote either.
That's interesting. I kind of wanted to just see where people are, when we're talking about.
Look at the numbers. We got so many people in our chat today and viewing online. We've got 60 people right now tuned in on, well, there they are, back to, I was going to say 59. It's back to 60 on our page here on YouTube this evening. That's just for YouTube. And I see
that's YouTube and Twitter. That's YouTube and Twitter.
You didn't have to tell them that, Eric.
You could see it. They could see it in YouTube.
Well. Anyway.
It is what it is.
Anyway, now I lost my train of thought. All right, we got all these people, so cast some more votes. Let us know what you think of that bullpen. Who should be the closer? While you're at it, guys, hit the like and subscribe. Really helps us with, what do you call it, Eric? The
algorithm.
Algorithm. What the hell's an algorithm?
Whatever. I think it's a bunch of bullshit.
Do I need a T square to follow this chat?
Just
algorithm.
If you subscribe and you hit the notification bell, you'll know every time we go on. If you like what you hear and you see, make sure you hit that like. There you go.
Algorithms and likes. And I don't wear a pocket protector and carry a T square, Eric. Good grief. You know what? Andrew's correct. Coming up next week.
It will be big for the simple fact that Atlanta is not playing very good baseball. And that could be a team that drops out of it, But then again, but it's important because it's a team ahead of you. So that is very important. But you got other teams too. You got, the Mets, you got the Cardinals, the Braves, the Diamondbacks, the Padres. There's another team out there. Who else is ahead of them? I can't remember. That might be it actually. But and then right behind you, you got the Pittsburgh Pirates, you got the Cubs, you got the Reds.
Oh, and don't kid me. Don't kid yourself. This wild card race is going to be flipping and flopping over the next month, Eric. One day you're 3.5 out. By Monday we could be 6 out, and then a week later back to 2 out. But that's the problem. Some teams are going to get hot when you're not, and vice versa. And I think it's just going to be up and down and up and down. You just got to get a little bit lucky, and you got to get red hot to get into the playoffs.
And that's why the Giants need to take advantage of the schedule here in August.
Oh, absolutely.
They have to. It would right now. I mean, if they lose tomorrow, they still come out of the road trip with like one game above 500. So I mean, that's still good as far as the road trip. But if you want to get into this wild card, you're going to have to play better than that. You're going to have to play some really good baseball from here on out. I mean, there's no rest for the weary. You got to go out there and, as Hope says, you just have to keep winning. Hecmo, give me some more Encarnacion.
Amen, brother. And Abraham says, anyone get the vibe that Melvin just is not a fan of Luciano?
Yeah, what's up with that? Again,
young guys,
second game in a row.
Giving him a shortest leash of all. And, well, you know what's going to happen now? Maybe not a fan of Luciano, but you know who's going to get a lot of playing time, Eric? Who's going to be shuffled in and out of the lineup is Mark Canha.
Yeah.
You're throwing that wrench, that spanner into the mix.
I don't understand. I don't know what's going on. Maybe Luciano's fighting something, but has anyone have you guys seen anything about an injury to Luciano? Maybe he's fighting something. I don't know, but that's 2 games in a row that Luciano has not been in the lineup.
Eric, I don't think it's that. I think they keep putting players in this lineup that either Farhan endorses or the manager endorses, and then it just sort of muddles up the whole situation. There was do you think Mark Canha is going to be this big, it will close the deal whether we make the playoffs or not, Eric?
Ooh, I'm sorry. Look at this. I'm guessing he's talking about Dave Fleming. That's quite interesting.
Did you hear Dave mention during the game?
He asked about Luciano. And Melvin said, now that these games matter, he can't commit to finding his at-bats. Then why is he with the club? Then why is he up with the club?
So why did Farhan give him the keys to go out and get Canna? Like I was just saying to you, Eric, do you think Mark Canna is the be-all and end-all that gets this team to the promised land? If another Farhan trade day special, Eric. Although Farhan wouldn't even take responsibility for this move. He threw the manager under the bus. Well, I gave him the key. I gave him the right to make that trade. BS.
Look, if you're not going to play Luciano, then just put him back in Sacramento so he could get at-bats every single day. He's going to do Eric, you're getting nothing out of him sitting on the bench.
He's been screwed every time he's been called up by this organization and beyond.
I don't get it.
You know what? If you're a guy, how do you think he feels? Or Matos, you go, I delivered. I was the player of the month. I was Major League Baseball's top player. And they just sending you down. I don't get it. But we got guys like Mark Canna. I don't get it.
Well, here's Mike says they aren't worried about the player Luciano can be. They care about the player is now because they are trying to win now. And right now, Canna is better than Luciano. Is he?
Oh, I don't know about that statement.
I mean, Canna's batting like a 235. It's not like he's lighting the world on fire.
That sounds more to me, Eric, like the Olympic women's basketball team kind of comment. Let's take all the vets. We got Canna. Is Canna really a better player right now? I don't think so.
Is he? That's what I'm saying. He's a 35-year-old journeyman right now.
That nobody else knows.
This is whatever. Then why have Luciano on the team then? If that's the case, send Luciano back to Sacramento. Then just do that. Because he's not getting any type of development by sitting and riding the bench rather than playing every day.
Right on, Eric.
Right
on, Hope.
Come on. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. Either play him and give him an occasional day off, or put him in Sacramento and let him keep playing, because you're not getting nothing out of him by just riding the bench. And then what are you going to do? You're just going to put him in a situation, cold off the bench in a tight situation. Come on. When he's been cold and he hasn't got any kind of reps. Come on, man. Encarnacion is doing more. Yeah, I would agree. Encarnacion is doing more, but he's an outfielder too, right? I guess they're going to make him between an outfielder and a DH. That's what I'm guessing, right?
If you're going to criticize Luciano in a situation where Canna's getting the at-bats, well, go through the lineup, Eric. Wisely, then what's he doing on this club? Wisely doesn't bring any quality at-bats.
He's a lefty. That's one of the issues.
So he's a lefty who doesn't get any hits.
Yeah, well, he was, but he's really.
And then you got Bailey who can hit, both ways. He's a switcher, right? And what is I know Bailey's your catcher.
Bailey hasn't been doing anything.
One hit, 30 at bats.
It's something.
You're talking about the push and putting Canna in for Luciano. Jeez, this lineup, however you slice it, Eric, still it's like Swiss cheese. Too many holes.
Yeah, Glenn. By the way, what's the weather looking like tomorrow in Washington for that? What is it? A noon start on the East Coast, right?
Glad you asked me that. Calm me down a bit here. You're always the voice of reason in the show, Eric. Don't forget, they are calling for an early start for us here in the Bay Area, 9:05 a.m. So we'll finish this show, Eric. We got to get up for the show. We record about an hour before 8 o'clock when our morning show airs. So we'll record that at 8 a.m. I usually go back to bed, to be quite honest with you. You get me up early, we do the show, I go to bed, but I got to stay up because it's 9:05 start. Where they're calling for rain, winds, and 78 degrees. In fact, did you catch the fifth or sixth innings of today's game? The rains looked heavy. I didn't think they were going to continue.
Wow. All right. Well, we'll see what happens.
Today in Washington, and it rained heavy.
Interesting. So they said that they're calling for rain. Like, what's the percentage?
The percentage of rain. Well, it just says 100% chance of rain. Rain.
Oh, it's going to get rained out then.
So
it's probably going to get rained out.
Now, they are starting the game earlier because, according to the weather office, they're thinking if they start at, what would that
noon.
be? 12:05 start. that they'll be able to get it in. To more of the Curly W's and the Giants, you'll have to tune in early, 9:05 a.m. to see if they say play ball.
Exactly. Mike says, Eric, they don't trust Marco's defense. Hey, Mike, tell me what position does a DH play? You answer me that, and then we could go forward. Tell me, Mike, if they don't trust this defense, tell me, do they trust them in DH?
Eric's feeling.
Because I really would like to know.
A little ornery here tonight.
I want to know exactly, as a DH, where does Marco have to worry about any kind of defense? That's all I want to know.
That's true.
Hekmo says, to be fair, it's not like they were playing any youngsters. Half the roster was in AAA at some point this year. Good point. Good point. That is a good point. Oh, Ibrahim. Here we go. It was Encarnacion, Ed, was the DH today. Kerry Crowley had an interesting comment yesterday. He said 29 other teams want to see Luciano get major league at-bats if he's in a trade package. They know the bat speed and bat in the minors already. Well, there you go.
We are post. Here we are, though, Eric.
Good point.
There was no deal. We're post-trade deadline, though. And
no, it's going to be.
That's not a priority for the Giants right now, so I can understand
it's
the
not.
Giants. That would be an issue whether you play him or don't play him, is trying to showcase him at this point in the season for a trade or an off-season.
Yeah. Well, unless you want to try to trade him in the offseason, because he could. Luciano came up to be the DH. Encarnacion came up to be an outfielder. Luciano came up to be a DH. And he has had the bat taken out of his hands for the last 2 games.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody just posted. Where did I see it in here?
No, it's not Yaz, Ramos, and Conforto in your outfield. It's only your outfield when there's a right-hander on the mound, Mike.
Encarnacion was the DH, by the way.
When there's a lefty,
Mike brought that.
It's Conforto, Ramos, and Encarnacion. Encarnacion is not supposed to be a DH, but they had him DH today. So that tells you something.
Well, they had Encarnacion out there in right field, Eric, and it seemed to upset Yaz. He brought the bat today. So if you get that, that inter-team rivalry for playing time.
But it's not even that. It's about the platoon, man. That's what it is.
Oh, I know, but
that's the problem.
That goes without saying, Eric.
That's the problem with this, and it's pissing me off. I hate that. I hate that damn platoon. Play your best guys. Doesn't matter what hand. Look at James Woods, the brand new rookie that the Nationals brought up a few weeks ago. Was he playing in the game today? Absolutely. Is he a left-hander? Absolutely. Did he face a left-hander? Yes, he did.
Yes.
Because that's what you do, man. You play your best players.
Not in the Bay Area.
Platoon crap. That shit just, all that does is get me all pissed off again.
Jeez.
Goodness, man. All right. I guess we could talk about.
Listen. Can I jump on this one quickly before we do anything else?
Go for it.
It's okay for any veteran in the lineup to go 3 for 42. But if a 22-year-old Luciano struggles for 2 games, he's out of there.
Yep.
Yeah, got it. Right on, Addy. Audie always brings some good takes, doesn't he, Eric? And he just calls it
a
spade.
Yep.
Calls a spade a spade. That's how they treat these guys.
Yes, and that's the problem I have. That is the problem I have. It's like, come on. What are you doing?
Carter was in on the show last night.
Man.
Carter said last night, and you guys were more involved in the chat at this point of the show last night, Eric, but do you remember Carter said to you, doesn't Farhan like to kind of like show up the room?
Yeah,
First of all, he doesn't control a room, I've said.
But he thinks he's smarter than the room. Yeah, that's what it is.
I'm smarter. I like to show up the game of baseball. And I've said to you all along, Eric, for a couple of years now, maybe 3 years, I've said, Eric, if you continue to dumpster dive, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even the blind squirrel finds the nut once in a while. And then he goes, yeah, boys, look what I found. And I got
exactly. It's like,
you got to go through a lot of crap.
You know what?
To find that one nut, don't you? Speaking of nuts, we got one in our managerial office over there at Oracle Park.
Yeah.
Jesus.
If you want to sit there and act like you're the smartest man in the room, then show me some division, winning the division. Let's see some championship banners. Let's see some World Series trophies. Yeah. Then you could talk to me. When you're sitting here continually battling for 500 over, 5 of your last 6 years as
something's not right.
Then you're not the smartest man in the room, right? Something's not working if all you can manage is to be about a 500 club. That's all I'm having to say about that.
And if there's no room for Marco, then make room for Marco.
Send him to Sacramento then. Then send him to Sacramento, because if you're not going to play the guy, he needs at-bats. Sitting on the bench is not helping Marco Luciano. Sitting on the bench does not help the San Francisco Giants. He needs to have at-bats. He was starting to turn it on in AAA. Then leave him in AAA and keep developing. He's only 22, 23 years old. That's fine. But if you're going to bring him up to the big club and you're just going to have him sit on the bench, that's not getting anything done. Nothing.
Oh, God. All right, out-of-town scoreboard. Phillies now 8-4 over L.A. That is
Woo!
in the bottom of the sixth. It was
Look at
5-4 Philly. They had the lead, but Kyle Schwarber has just homered. 440-foot shot to deep right field. It's now 8-4, the scoreboard update.
Wow, there you go. Phillies taking it to the Dodgers. How many games, if the Dodgers lose, how many games out is the Padres from taking the lead in the NL West? Let me take a look. Hold on.
I'm going to take a look at that. Bring it up for us.
Hold on. Let me see.
Not that I don't like spending time with you guys, Eric, but is Little House on the Prairie on tonight?
Oh, it's on every time, man.
Yeah.
Every time.
Little House later.
Ooh.
Maybe calm down.
It's both the Diamondbacks and Padres. They're both 3.5 out. So if the Dodgers lose, they'll both be 3 games from the top of the NL West, man. Woo!
You know what?
That be something.
Everybody's saying
that would be.
Everybody says, and I do as well. I said it on the show last night, Eric. I said, we're running short on time, but there's still plenty of ball to be played, isn't there?
There is. There's still, I mean, again,
so
this is
much can happen now.
This is baseball. Anything can happen. That's what's the beauty of the game. And that's what I love about it. It's about the storylines that can unfold throughout a season.
Here's a little movie take for you from Abraham.
Farhan and his finds are like Joe Dirt with his lucky meteor. Call it what you want, but it ends up being a turd.
Good one. I needed a laugh about now, Eric.
Yes. Hey, how about we get into who sponsors this fantastic show?
I was about to do that, Eric. You want to take one? I'll mention that Signatures for Soldiers are a proud sponsor of the program, and we, in return, are proud sponsors of them. They raise funds for needy veterans who've returned home and, having a tough time of it in many ways, here, there, or indifferent. So we like to make a donation to them and give them their sponsorship in the show. We thank them for being part of the show. I know Tim over there does a lot of work, Eric, and he has a full-time job. This guy, he lives and breathes the fundraiser, and we tip our hat, if I was wearing one, to him and his efforts. And he is based in Florida, Sarasota.
Yep, absolutely. Fantastic organization, helps out disabled vets, homeless vets. And the way he supports them is he generates money by selling collectibles. Autograph collectibles. Yeah, autograph collectibles. So, and all the proceeds that he generates, 100% of it is donated to a veteran service organization to help out veterans. So, yeah, it's a fantastic nonprofit to support to help our vets.
And what about our other kind sponsor?
Lefties. How about that? Lefties in Burlingame, right? Burlingame? Is that where he's at? Yeah, it has
and
all your collectibles that you could want, especially San Francisco Giants.
And especially Wilmer Flores. But may I add, Eric, that Lefties will welcome the youngster, the rising star, if you will, Tyler Fitzgerald. Tyler will be at the store in Burlingame to meet with Giants fans from 6 to 7:30 p.m. And if it runs a little later, I'm sure he's a good fellow. He'll stick around. That is on Sunday, August the 18th. Meet and greet with Tyler Fitzgerald.
Wait,
get an autograph. And go ahead.
Tyler Fitzgerald. Didn't he do something recently?
Oh, I feel something coming.
I think he did something. Player of the month of July, right? He's our shortstop, man. That's who he is.
So
There
you
we
can
go.
meet with Tyler Fitzgerald. That is Sunday, August the 18th, once again, 6 to 7:30. Tickets are available now, but apparently they are selling fast. Tickets are available online or in the store. Contact Jim at Lefty's Sports Cards, all one word. Jim at Lefty's, LEFTYSSPORTS cards.com. Or give him a call. Just pick up your phone, pull it out of your pocket protector. If you're Farhan Zaidi, 650-697-2274. That'd be a fun night. You know, there'd be a lot of Giants fans there, Eric. Tyler's going to be there. And if you're an old timer, you like the old days of Giants baseball, right?
Yep.
I haven't forgotten you. Coming up on August the 31st, Saturday morning at 11, it's a 2-hour meet and greet over on El Camino Real, 1859 El Camino. Lefties are going to have a meet and greet autograph session with one Dusty Baker.
There you go.
Lefties are your home for the best autograph merchandise, and you can join them online on Facebook, their Facebook page, Lefties Sports, LEFTYSSPORTS. It's on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Join them every Monday night prior to Giant Sports Talk Live. They have singles nights, and they have a lot of great San Francisco Giants singles cards available. I thought it was a dating service or something they were running, but I was wrong. It's singles nights. And I truly did, Eric. When they told me about that years ago, I said, was it where like people go online? Is it like female collectors and guy collectors? I'm like, what are you talking about? You buy singles, cards. I call it. Crazy.
Hey, since we're talking about collectibles.
And we got 2 more sponsors, Eric, coming to the show Monday.
Uh-oh.
I never dreamed to be honest with you, I never dreamed out of the gate we'd have any sponsors.
My goodness. What the
And we'll
heck
have 4, and we have the other 4. They haven't, well, they've pretty much agreed they're going to sponsor the show. Financial terms have not been reached, so we're still
fair enough
talking, okay? But we'll have 4 sponsors as of Monday. And without our sponsors, I know over Jim at Lefties, Tim at Signatures for Soldiers, you guys mean a lot to us, as does everybody in the chat as well.
Absolutely. So since we're talking a little bit about collectibles, what did you get today, Glenn? I know you were hyping it up. You're pretty excited.
I'm getting hyped up and hopped up right now. My sugar. Are you ready? You want to do it now?
Might as well, man. It's perfect. Let's
all right. Something that Eric and I like to do every night. It's going to be a segment. Pretty much it can run all year because I get mail. Bernice, do I get mail every day? I don't know if you heard that. It was a yes. I got a bonus card here. Do you want me to start with the bonus card? And it's a doozy. So this will kind of tee up what we got coming. My bonus card tonight is for hockey fans out there, a 1985-86 rookie card. Anybody in the audience think they know who the hot rookie was in 85-86? Do you know, Eric?
No, I do not.
It was one. This one is gem mint. Eric, this is an expensive card. I got to get a better holder for it, but this is a gem razor mint rookie card of
Mario Lemieux. Oh,
and
wow.
You can take a look yourselves on places like eBay. Ooh. Find a mint Lemieux and that card in that condition. I'd have to get that graded, Eric. I'd say that might be. That's about 7-10,
right?
It's at least $7,000 right there.
Wow. Woo!
Okay.
Wow.
Let's go with. I should do them in a different order, but I'm going to save this one because there's a story. All right. Then I picked up this one. It's a 2023 Topps Archive card. Now, some people might say it's only a year ago, and it's considered not an overly valuable card in the set. But I've had it slabbed because, sometimes a card comes along, Eric, and when you look at it, it just looks like art.
Gotcha.
And that would be this Topps product featuring a Red Sox batter. I think he was known for his pitching prowess, too, back then. It's that light always gets me. Can I move it over a bit? See him?
Babe Ruth?
Okay, see that one?
Babe?
That's only a year old. It's not overly valuable, but isn't that a great looking card with the green?
That is a great looking card. I love the swing, the follow through on that.
Yeah.
and
So
a young babe.
just because it looked good.
Yep. Mike wants to know, where do you get them graded at, your cards?
Oh, I deal with different companies. There's PSA, who's major player in the market. These ones are graded by a company called SGC, and I had a 96 card return from them. 96 of my cards are now graded.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Can I give you another bonus before we get to the last two? Oops, the last two
Oh,
sports.
almost.
I'll give you another bonus. Now, you're going to laugh at me, Eric, but I am the businessman in this partnership, correct?
You are
All
the
right.
businessman.
I can do a little business. So I came across a card set. I could get them pretty cheap, actually. Now that I've got them graded, I sent in the 4-card set. They all came back as a Gem Razor Mint 10, the best that you can buy.
Wow.
The next 4 cards are going to be sold in a lot. The starting price will be, we haven't decided if we want to start. It's going to be auction, $499 or $599. Okay.
Okay.
Sky's the limit on these.
What's up,
It's
Will?
a 4-card Korean Pepsi set. Non-sports. Can you read that?
Yep.
Do you know who Jenny is?
Nope.
You don't know Jenny?
Nope. I have no idea.
Korean pop group sensation Blackpink. And I just happen to have all 4 cards in the set. Gem
Oh, you're going to sell them?
I told you, we're going to start the auction at probably $499.
Wow.
For all 4. Take them as a lot. I hope to get about $800 for those. Now to the juicy ones. You ready? We'll mow through these.
Yeah, let's
1968 card. We lost him recently. I thought it was time to put this in really good shape. I thought it was time to put this one. It's called a game card. They were like an insert in Topps cards back then.
Okay. Are you primarily a Topps guy?
Oh, I'm just a collector, everything. Eric. You know, I've
You're
showed
just
you
a collector.
jerseys, bats. I've got cleats. Some night I'll break out my cleats collection.
Wow.
I got the 4th of July cleats last year from Casale.
Nice.
In the other room. Yeah. All right. Tonight we'll stick with the cards. I just picked this one up.
Hey, look at that.
Hammer and Hank. Or not Hammer and Hank. Willie.
Oh, no. Willie.
Yeah, there he is. I'm trying to do 3 things at once here, not drop the pack of Pepsi cards. And there.
1968, Willie Mays.
The condition, they rated it a 3.5. I had it in bed. Like, look at that. I know, like,
how's that a 3.5?
The eye appeal of this card in my collection, I am thrilled with this one. I don't know if anybody out there is collecting like I am. Eric's taken a keen interest. And now the final one on my list today. We've gone a little long here because I had a couple of bonuses. Eric, I just have to do a quick piece of research. Okay? You can have the Jeopardy music there. All right. I don't know the exact date, but you'll see I have a 1990-91. The product is called NBA Hoops. The player is a New York Knickerbocker by the name of Mark Jackson. You familiar with that card at all?
Oh, yeah, look at that.
You know that card? Do you know who he was?
Yeah, well, head coach, right?
Okay, Mark Jackson, right? See that card?
Yep.
Are you familiar with the infamous trial of Eric Galen and Joseph Lyle?
No.
The Menendez brothers?
Oh, the Menendez, yes.
They murdered their parents.
Yes, I remember that.
They were rich parents. I don't think they were, they wanted all the money.
They wanted all the money.
Parents were playing tough love. And anyway, I don't know.
Wasn't it one of the brothers? Wasn't it one of the brothers was the one that was really the mastermind behind it? And the other one kind of just followed along.
Yep. Jose and Mary Louise Menendez were murdered. All right.
Is this going to get
more? The day they murdered their parents, they took the money from the home. It was all over their parents' wealth, right? Mm-hmm. Well, the day that they murdered their parents, Eric, you can only get this coverage on Giant Sports Talk Live.
Yep.
The day they murdered their parents, NBA Hoops photographers were at the game.
Uh-huh.
And who's sitting in the
Oh,
front
hell
row?
no. No way, dude. Is it
There
just one
they
of them,
are
or are
on
they
the
sitting behind
day.
each other?
That's literally hours after they murdered their parents. How are the Menendez brothers on the day of their parents' murder just sitting around in the front row with the movie stars, Eric? And there, you see him
Wow.
on the corner?
I see the guy in the light blue, but is the other one
No,
behind
do
him
you see the
or
guy?
next to
Look,
him?
see the guy in the white shirt? And the
Yeah.
guy looks like he's wearing a USA hat.
Yes. Oh, they're sitting behind each other. Or is that right next to each other? It looks like one's behind
There,
the other.
right? Where am I at here?
Wow.
Right
That is incredible.
there. There they are.
Yeah, right there. Yeah.
So there's the Menendez brothers. The day they murdered their parents, they took money and they said, I always wanted to go front row at Madison Square Garden. So they went to the game and they got caught in the photo.
No.
And that makes this card highly sought after.
That's incredible, man.
It really is.
That is crazy.
It's like the card becomes a piece of history, Eric.
Wow.
Yeah.
Little pop culture included into some.
That's why anytime Bernice and I are sitting down near the dugout over at Oracle, we want to splurge, and it's a big game, maybe a nice pitching match. We're sitting low, and I'm like in the bathroom for like an hour, slicking up, got my jersey on, looking good, and Bernice is like, "Will you come on?" I go, "Gotta look good. Might be a camera, right? Gotta look good." Look good. Anyway. Niner Empire. That's my show and tell for today. Went a little long, Eric, but I thought you'd. I said to Bernice earlier today, my better half, I said, if I drop this one, actually came today in the mail. I said, Eric might like the story.
That is pretty damn cool.
And how they ended up on the card the day, literally hours after they
murdered their parents,
had butchered their parents, and were sent to prison, Eric.
That's crazy.
It is crazy, the whole thing, but then to end up on the card.
Niner Empire wants to know, do you collect newspaper covers as well?
The only newspapers I have are from all of the San Francisco Giants playoff runs and World Series.
There's Drake Gayton has all the San Francisco Chronicles from 10, 12, and 14. There you go.
I have those as well, Greg. I have those in special protective.
Let's see. I have, which one do I have? I think I have the one when Matt Cain threw the perfect game. And I have the one from, of course, September 11th.
And then I have some other memorabilia around the Giants, like I have the newspapers. And then the Chronicle, Sports Illustrated, they all put out their magazines that featured the team. Right. Then the Giants put out their books and magazines that featured, the World Series and playoff runs. After the Matt Cain perfect game, the Giants had a limited edition. Hard to find this, but a limited edition NBCS Bay Area, NBCSN Bay Area, full game DVD. I've got that.
Oh, speaking of which, guys, Giants fans out there, did you guys see the tweet about the limited edition World Series jacket that the Giants are releasing?
I didn't. Can you pull up some info? Maybe show us?
Hold on, I'll show you. It's pretty steep. It's pretty steep. Oh, there it is right here. Right in the beginning. Look at this.
I'd like to get some information on that, Eric. That's great.
Here we go. You want to be able to see? Yes, Heckmo, it is hella expensive.
Oh, really?
Ooh, his friend's grandfather kept the paper when World War II ended. That's a famous. Ooh, that's awesome. Here we go.
Greg Dayton knows me all too well. I haven't heard the price yet. Hey, I haven't heard the price yet, so let's wait and see what happens.
Presenting the limited edition. About it. Look at it. The limited edition 2014 World Champion Varsity. Flex your fandom with only one of 200.
Yeah, but it's not like a card, Eric. 1 of 200. I mean, it's a jacket. I mean, that's like these guys who collect $10,000 sneakers. I don't get it, but
hold on, let me get rid of this part.
Some people don't think that collecting pieces of cardboard is a big thing either, Eric. Like this Gem Mint 10 Babe Ruth.
This is how you do it. Right here.
What do you got?
Celebrate the 10-year anniversary of the Giants' 2014 championship victory with this limited edition varsity jacket designed in collaboration with Golden Bear Sportswear. Proudly made in San Francisco, this jacket honors the spirit of the 2014 world champions and the city that made it possible. This exclusive collection is limited to only 200 jackets, ensuring unique ownership for the most discerning fan. Available exclusively.
Fan? Wait a sec. Are you a discerning fan, Eric?
Mm.
I think it should say if you are a rich fan.
Available.
I know it's coming.
Yeah, exclusively with game ticket purchase for Saturday, August 10th versus the Detroit Tigers. Limited quantities available, not full retail sale. Please select your size carefully using the chart below. Okay,
Yeah, what about pricing, Eric?
Where's it at? Because I know how much it is.
Oh, you got to buy a ticket. How much is the ticket if it is special? Yeah. Oh boy, do I need a blindfold? Am I afraid of what I'm going to see?
Here you go, man. Hold on. Let me get rid of this screen.
What's wrong?
A little over there. Anywhere between $953 to $1,100. Look at that.
I'm gonna stick with my Wilmer Flores jersey, Eric, that I got for $200 and be done with it.
953.
That's the starting rate. And where is that seat, by the way?
Which one? Well, the seat are showing a whole bunch of different ones. You got
click on one. Does it show us where we'd sit?
Well, I'm seeing a lot of zeros.
You mean they're being sold?
Yeah, looks like it.
A fool and his money are easily parted, my dad once said.
Look at this.
Jeez, Louise, look at 1,000.
Yeah, want to go sit in the bleachers, but you get a jacket? Look at that.
Good grief.
Look at that. I think they're all sold out. Look at that. Are they all sold out? I'm seeing zeros. I don't know how that works. But yeah, a lot of money, man. A lot of money.
Isn't that crazy?
Nuts, man.
Well, I figured you were sitting like in a box seat somewhere, Eric.
Oh no, you're just getting a ticket. Basically, the ticket is paying for the jacket. That's what it's going on.
That is bizarre, man.
Over $900 to get a jacket.
I'm not allowed to spend that on a jacket, though.
I would never spend that on a jacket.
That's just me. I'm just not allowed. Yeah, there would be. I wouldn't be around for a couple of shows. I'd be paying the price for that.
So if you go to Oracle Park on Twitter, that's where you'll see the information.
Speaking of free jackets, I haven't done this before, Eric, so I'm going to try to.
Oh, hold on. Oh, Senior always brings it.
And now, another Giant Sports Talk Live hot take from Senior Softball Games.
He says, do it, Glenn, and it will be the prize for the Suck Fantasy League.
Yeah, good luck with that. Yeah, everybody loves the prizes when they're not paying for them, right?
Seniors, remember he said that yesterday. Hey, maybe you can get a jersey for the.
Yeah. Yeah, they love the and the value. You notice the value when they're picking the prize, the value is going up, up, up. Nah, we're gonna pass on that for now. It's a great idea, but it ain't happening.
Oh my gosh, only 200.
Yeah, I just don't understand Eric. This is so Giants baseball, is it not? Isn't this so Giants baseball?
It's predictable.
You pay $1,000, you get the jacket, and where do they put you in a nosebleed seat?
Yeah, exactly.
I thought you pay $1,000 for a San Francisco, and who are they playing?
The Tigers.
Exactly. They're doing this promotion, selling $1,000 ticket, a nosebleed seat to see the Detroit Tigers. And
hey, they're trying to fill the seats, so they're filling up 200 seats right off the rip.
Yeah, not for the quality of the products. Like, come and get your limited edition jacket. That's the sales pitch.
Mm-hmm.
Not the product. No. Not the product.
Not the baseball product, but
but they can now say, if you sit high enough in the cheapest seats that nobody else is buying, you can take a great view of Mission Rock deep beyond right field. Believe me, I've sat up there before, Eric, and now that's... you know what? Got a Mission Rock take there.
There you go. Mission Rock over budget.
Jackets.
Gotta sell some jackets. There you go.
Oh, good grief. Anyway.
$900 over.
I don't want to crap on the jacket or crap on the team more than I have to, but you're getting the suckers coming out for that one, Eric.
Exactly.
I don't have $900 to buy a jacket right now. That's part of the reason I'm not getting one. $900. That's crazy. Anyway, Eric's going to count up. He's got the hidden loot. He has a piggy bank or a little jar he keeps some spare cash in. So Eric's going to check on that right now. How about while he's doing that, Eric is counting up how much money he really has in reserve. I'm going to take a quick look at the Major League. Oh, he's back. Couldn't have had much in that piggy bank afterward. No?
What's up?
Well, I told the folks, I said, I was just about to take a look at the lone game and the out-of-town scoreboard because you had stepped aside to count
I got it.
How many spare dollars and pennies you had in the cookie jar. You were looking to see if you could get one of those jackets. And you were back. I said, well, he didn't have that much anyway.
Here, let's go to
Philadelphia Phillies with an 8-4 lead. They're in the bottom of the 8th inning there. Philadelphia is in control. Is it fair to say at this point, and not get over dramatic here, but the Dodgers aren't who we thought they were, Eric?
Yeah, they're showing some signs of weakness, man.
Earlier in the chat, didn't somebody say earlier in the chat, you're looking at teams like Arizona and the Padres?
Yes.
Like a little
they're playing better right now. They're playing better. It's going to be interesting, man. If the Dodgers don't, imagine the Dodgers getting bounced in the playoffs. After all that money they spent in the offseason, it's never a guarantee. It's never a guarantee.
You know what? One thing I will say, Eric, that you got to love with the game of baseball is how the fans can rally to a cause. Whether you like a team or you don't like a team, they're playing against your Giants or one of the teams that you do cheer for. It was a tough week for Freddie Freeman and his family.
Yeah, it was, but it sounds like they got through it, which is really good. Great to hear.
He was so emotional the other day that they were playing the Phillies earlier. Was it the night before last? And the Phillies were respectful. He came to sometimes you get these teams that downright ignorant and they balk it when a player is getting a moment.
Yes.
But they were, they all
were
their hat off. It was, and they were playing, like he said, Freeman said, the fact that they did that, where they're somewhat of a heated rival and they did it in our stadium. And he goes, that was pretty classy. And the fans always support their Dodgers, win or lose, really. So,
that they do.
A little bit about that on the sports news. And, geez, I hate to see crap like that. It's a young kid, right? But
he's very young.
Things are on the up and up. So
yeah, good for him.
We pray for him.
Absolutely. Dreg says, any guests planned for future shows?
I talked to Tom Durjevich earlier today. Tommy's coming on for sure in a show next week.
Okay. Nice.
I told you I talked to Matt Stairs, who's a former Major League player. He will not be able to. He didn't get into, he must be, I don't know what his position now is in baseball. He said he can't come on till well after postseason. So that's a fall guest.
Fair enough.
And I apologize. I said we were trying to get him and it didn't come through. But he said he'd come on the show.
Nice.
So, we got that in our back pocket.
And you said you were going to get that famous card collector, right?
You want me to do that? When will I get him on? He agreed to come on. I've just been keeping him in the dark on when he can come on. How about Monday? We'll kick off the week with some Giants baseball talk, and we'll have a guest and we'll talk collectibles. If you want to do that, it's a love of mine, Eric. I don't know if the guys even want to hear about it.
Dude, there's a lot of people in the chat that are pretty stoked about the collectible stuff. I think that would be a lot of fun.
You like doing this once a night?
Yeah, I think
when I drop in with cool cards like
people love this stuff. I see a lot of people are enjoying this.
Yeah, when I drop in with cards like my 1963, that was a Nick
Mickey Mantle,
63 Mantle. Eric, you wouldn't believe what I got here. Remember the show recently? I met Dick Perez last week in
Yeah,
Cleveland.
the artist. That was another guy you said we were going to get on.
Here's
too,
one of his cards.
Yep, I remember
And
you
who does it
talking about that.
feature?
Jack Clark.
Yeah, he painted that card. So I had a
That's
chance
awesome.
to meet with the legendary painter who does the portraits for Donruss baseball cards. He's done tops, and he works closely with the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame.
They're called Hall of Fame cards. In fact, remember I showed you the one I picked up of the San Francisco Giant in Cleveland?
Mm-hmm.
Willie Mays?
Yep.
It was painted.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
Eric, I could do this all night long. Remember Kennesaw Mountain Landis?
Yeah, I remember him. Yeah. You got a card of Mountain Landis. Oh my God.
Judge Landis.
Yeah.
What else? Eric, I can play this game all.
Niner Empire says the Matt Stairs. Yes, the Matt Stairs.
First black player, Major League Baseball. Eric.
Oh, you got a freaking Jackie. Wow.
Jackie.
Holy crap. What year is that one?
Got here?
I
do wrestling. I do. I showed you Babe Ruth early. Did you catch the Babe Ruth?
Saw the Babe Ruth.
Yeah, mint 10.
Ooh.
And it's numbered out of.
I can't see the number on that one. Oh, 59 of 195?
190, 199, 59 of 199.
Wow.
It's a silver insert of Babe Ruth, and it is as good as it gets right there, Eric.
Number 10.
Gem mint 10. Like I said, I can do this all night long. I got so many cards. Just today, I told you, close to 100 cards back that are all graded now. So if the guys are interested, we'll continue to. How about this guy from the Jackie Robinson year? I'm using the
Billy
camera
Martin.
on the computer, so I
got Billy, huh?
That's a Billy Martin.
Wow.
Yeah, Billy Martin.
Look at that.
It was Alfred. No one. Yeah, don't hear him call that up.
I bet you no one called him Alfred.
Alfred Manuel Martin. Yeah. Hey, they always have the dugout quiz. Which part of a great brother pitching team was known as Dizzy?
Oh, there we go. Look at that.
You know?
The Deans.
Yeah, what was his name, though? Which was the famous pitcher?
Oh, not Dizzy. Who was the pitcher? Gosh, I can't remember what his name.
I'll repeat the question. Which part of a great brother pitching team was known as Dizzy? What was his name?
Oh, his actual name. I don't know his name. I just know him as Dizzy Dean.
J. Dean. I love questions like that. If anybody you stop and you go, geez, I've never asked, or you just know him as Dizzy Dean, right?
Wow. Yeah, I just knew him as Dizzy Dean. Yeah.
So I got to save some more for tomorrow, Eric. I got lots here, man. I know you will like. I hope the guys got a kick out of the Mark Jackson though.
That was something. That Melinda, a little bit morbid, but it's cool.
It's cool. And they're sitting front row enjoying a night at the NBA game, and they had just murdered
their parents.
Their parents, like literally hours. They grabbed the cash, went and bought front row seats, and then they got captured in a card. Well, how does that? That is like a once in a lifetime, literally a once in a lifetime. As crazy as it was. And if you're just joining us, I picked up my Willie Mays today. It came in the mail. So there you go. That's my pickups. We'll have more coming up in the show tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, we're going to have memorabilia, not cards. I'll dig out some cool, because I was supposed to come on the show today.
You're supposed to bring out the Statue of Liberty.
Wilmer Flores. I've got the nameplate from his season opener game last year in New York with the Statue of Liberty on it. Looks really freaking cool. There's only one made, Eric, and you know where it is.
Yep, you got it.
It's in my house.
If it has to do with Wilmer, it's in your house somewhere.
Yeah.
All right, what else we got out there, man? We're already
all right. Back to Giants. It's called Giant Sports Talk Live, Eric. So let's talk Giants, but I like to talk cards once in a while. What do we got in the chat? I'm
just taking a look. A lot of people are talking amongst themselves.
A lot of guys are talking about sports memory. We got them down this kick down memory lane now.
Yeah. Spencer saying got a Willie Mays ball signed, still in great shape.
Wow.
Kyle McKiernan, who is usually in our chat, he again, we've talked about this before. He has a 1962 World Series baseball signed by almost the entire team, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. It was his grandfather. I think he said he was a fireman or something like that in the city or something like that. I can't remember the story. If Kyle's out there, he'll be able to tell it.
I had mentioned to you that I had met several times Timmy Shovelday. He was goaltender for the Detroit Red Wings. He's now a fireman.
No kidding.
In Saskatoon, Saskatchewan.
Saskatoon.
Yeah.
The only time I was ever in Canada was on a temporary duty up to Cold Lake.
Cold Lake, Alberta.
Mm-hmm.
They don't call
Way
it
up
Cold
there.
Lake for nothing.
Yeah, no kidding. But we were up there in the springtime for an exercise. Was spent the
chilly?
week up there. No, it's beautiful.
Was it really?
Beautiful. Yeah, it was
you didn't have to brave the cold nor the mosquitoes. You got in that little window.
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice. Not so bad. Almost got a ride in an F-16 while I was there. But
Eric, can I show you one more thing? I'll be right back.
I
And this one I should save for another night, but it's eating at me. I got to show you this.
Uh-oh.
Not many people have one.
Uh-oh.
And it's a Giants collectible you're going to like.
Uh-oh. Here we go. Another collectible. So let's see what we got here. Let's see. Robert, what do you got? He says, Mike Trout autograph on his B-Day, signed baseball for himself. Nice. Nice. Let's see what we got. Oh my gosh. What else we got out there? Just taking a scroll through the chat here, guys. Yeah, I see a lot. You guys are talking 49ers.
A lot of collectibles talk, isn't there? Mike Trout.
Oh, yeah. Everyone's loving it.
Hey, today, by the way, before I show you my latest non-card pickup, my memorabilia pickup, may I also mention today is a special anniversary, Eric.
What's that?
Oh, you're not aware?
Eric
says,
one second.
Eric says, I'm not.
Oh, wait. I think I know what you're talking about.
Huh?
Hold on. Niner Empire. Hold on.
What are you doing?
It was he's asking about, was it a joint military training in Alberta? It was a Maple Flag. So yeah, there was I think the Dutch were there. Can't remember who else, but yeah, there was a few nations there for Maple Flag.
All right, Eric.
Yeah,
Are you ready?
I'm
I
ready.
can't believe I'm going to blow your mind with this one. You're going to say, duh. It is Wednesday, August the 7th. We're at hour number 2 of Giant Sports Talk Live, and we'll take a stroll down memory lane. We were with some memorabilia. How about this one? This date in baseball history, August 7th, 2007. Barry Bonds hit home run number 756 to break Henry Aaron's storied record.
Oh, wow. Holy, how did we not know that?
And you forgot. I guess we're not getting Barry on the show.
I guess not, man.
I don't
Holy,
think we're
that's
getting-
right. It was.
He's not coming on the show anyway.
That is incredible. I forgot all about that.
I have a feeling Barry doesn't have time for peons like you and I.
Forgot all about today's the anniversary of Barry Bonds breaking the record.
Yeah,
Wow.
And do you know what team he hit it against?
Oh, I'm trying to remember. Was it the D-backs?
Okay, let's start with, do you know what stadium he hit it in?
Yeah, in Oracle.
In Oracle. August 7th, 2007, the big home run around the world, quite frankly, was hit against a team that, well, you should know a little bit about him today, Eric.
Can't remember. I can't remember who it was against.
Hey, chat. He's not even cluing in. You should know a little bit about them today, Eric.
Know a little bit about them today?
Yeah, you should know a little bit about them today.
Right over the top.
The Washington Nationals.
It was the Nationals?
It was the Washington.
No kidding. I did not know it was the Nationals. Thank you, Spencer. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Interesting. What's up,
I want
boss?
to share that one with you. I hope you didn't mind me just.
Oh, you know what? Yesterday we missed an anniversary. It really has nothing to do with baseball.
What's that?
It actually has zero to do with baseball. It's actually kind of
okay.
Wheel B probably knows where I'm going with this. August 6th, 1945.
Wait, August the 6th?
Yeah. Will knows where I'm talking about.
1945?
Yes.
And it was this date in history.
Yes.
I think
big.
I know.
It's pretty big.
Has something to do with a little boy?
Yeah. And a fat man.
Little boy.
3 days later, little boy and a fat man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
Fosse. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Boom. Yes. Boom.
Was that quite literally the first time in military history
The first and only time.
where the world just said, "That's it. That's it.
Yeah. It changed.
We give up."
It
The
changed.
world in unison says, "Geez, we give up."
Yeah, it was.
Big brother has spoken.
Yeah, that was something.
Yeah. First atomic bomb was dropped in Hiroshima.
Yep.
70,000 people instantly.
Yep.
They weren't messing around, Eric. They said,
What?
"That's it. We're ending this thing."
But that wasn't even, to be honest with you, the firebombing of Tokyo killed more people than the atomic bombs.
Really?
Yeah. They firebombed the whole city. And of course, the whole city was made of wood. So yeah, it went up pretty devastating. World War II was not kind to humanity.
Well, you can learn all you need to know about world wars, governmental history, and much more on Military History Chronicles with your hosts.
Myself and Will be, that's in the chat. Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, check your local listings for times of programming, and you can catch them on YouTube. You can also go back. That's the joy of YouTube.
Yeah, you can go
and
back.
check out some of their most recent programs. They're all up and archived on the show. Happy birthday to you.
Right on, Andrew.
Yeah. All right, Eric, I'm going to do it now. One of my latest pickups, my wife actually fell asleep, like most people do listening to the show here. She's snoozing in there. So now I might be able to tell you how much I paid for this. But so I had this custom made. How does this look? Can you see this?
Look at you. Look at you. You got a replica World Series ring. What year is that one?
It's 2014.
Is that 2014, huh?
And it's got that 14 shows the three from
the three, yep.
Banners or rings. It's almost like an Olympic look. And then they said, we're not allowed, you can't have one that's an exact replica.
Okay.
They said, well, let me take it off. How do you change it? It's no longer an exact replica.
You got your name on it?
My name is on the ring.
No,
you like that, Eric? This is one of my favorite
That
pieces.
is something.
Yeah, I wear this to the games, and when the light hits it, I wish if I had a flashlight now, I shone it in this direction. I'm in the darker room.
How much did that set you back?
I'll tell you off air. It wasn't cheap. It's 0.945 silver, and it's a heavy ring, but it's one of my prized possessions. It doesn't say Wilmer on it, but I still love it. And you wear it, and people notice it right away.
I bet.
And if you're ever in a scrap out in the parking lot, it comes in handy too, Eric.
I bet.
And I've been known to drop the mitts once in a while. But anyway. So before the show gets off the rails, can we check in on that LA Dodger Philadelphia Phillies game?
Yeah, let me take a look, see what they got here. Let me refresh. Looks like it's top of the ninth, and it's 9-4 Philadelphia. So
that game is quite in control. You never know with the Dodgers. They can certainly
never know. They can mount up a crooked number.
But right now, it is a commanding lead. Now, before we wrap up the show, I think, Eric, one of the things that was a talking point of the program tonight is the playoff race, and with that is our wild card run. Can we quickly recap that again for our viewers tonight?
Let me bring
the
up
wild
the
card is
standings.
shaping up.
Yeah, let's take a look
at it. The San Francisco Giants actually
game to game
up a game, and people said it couldn't be done.
It only took like a week worth of baseball for them to climb one game.
Eric, sometimes that's what it takes, but strong and steady wins the war.
Yep. So you got Arizona and Padres, who are both tied for the top. Look at that. Identical records, identical winning percentage, and identical games back. Well, games ahead, I guess you should say. But you got Braves locking up the third place. Right below the Braves, you got the Mets, who are 60-54. They're 4 games above 500. Sorry, 6 games above 500. Again, they're only a half a game behind from the Braves. That's going to be something. I wonder if the Braves and the Mets are going to meet up again sometime later in the year. I bet they do. Cardinals only 2 games behind the third wild card. They're sitting at 59 and 56, 3 games above 500. And then you got the Giants, who are at 500, 3.5 games back. Right behind them by a half a game, Pittsburgh Pirates.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be something, Glenn? I just thought about this. Wouldn't that be something if it came down to that last wild card and the Pirates punched their way into that third wild card, knocked the Giants out because of a Joey Bart home run?
The Buccaneers.
Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be something that by the hand of Joey Bart allows the Pirates to surpass the San Francisco Giants? That would be, you want to talk about a baseball moment? That would be one hell of a baseball moment.
Why wouldn't it surprise me, Eric? Why wouldn't it surprise me?
And then
the baseball gods don't always look down lovingly on us by any stretch.
And then you got the Cubs, who are 3 games below 500. They're about 5. And then Cincinnati Reds 5.5. These guys might be on the out, but hey, it's only 5.5. That's not that far. Yeah. There's a lot of teams still in play. The thing is, you got to be looking at, the good thing is Giants are trending in the right direction. They're 7-3, but look at these 2 teams, both 8-2. They're on a winning streak. Braves are playing 5, but look at that. Lost 4 in a row.
I was just looking at the stats, and Spencer Stewart brings up the great point. I'm looking at the stats with Arizona and San Diego now, 63 wins. Dodgers are losing. That sets you up for a 3-game lead. Dodgers in the West over both identical records, Arizona and San Diego.
Ooh, Braves play the Cards in a makeup game, I think, on September 9th. Interesting.
Didn't I tell you early in the week we were talking about possible rain out tomorrow in Washington? Never hurts to have that little game at hand tucked away in case you need it at the end of the season. Yeah,
true.
You finish the season and you're a half game out of a playoff spot, and you go, my God, we got to go to a one. Well, it's basically a 1 game in you're in scenario, or you technically, correct me if I'm wrong, if they were a half game out, Eric, they could technically have to play on a Monday that game to decide if they tie for a playoff spot, and Tuesday they'd have to play. So you'd have double elimination games to get into the playoffs.
That would be unique. Didn't they have that? Was it last season or the season before? Wasn't there a playoff game? I think there was a playoff game for someone to get into the wild card. I can't remember who it was. I could swear that happened. What's up, Grand Admiral? I see him out there in the chat. Good to see you, man. Good to see you.
By the way, we've taken a look at that. We're kind of doing some housekeeping here at the later stages of the show. We've got about 10 minutes remaining in tonight's program. We want to thank everybody who tuned in, everybody who makes their comments known, chats amongst themselves, and joins the memorabilia and the camaraderie of being a Giants fan. But we were talking, Eric, late in the show last night, you just threw it out there, fantasy football. That time of the year, just around the corner, you said, yeah, why not? We'll have a couple of leagues. And I checked the emails today.
Oh, where are we at?
I believe we've got 2 spaces left in the Premier League.
Is that, are you including yourself and me?
Yeah, we're going to be in the Premier League, aren't we?
Yeah.
Contrary to everybody's opinions.
Oh, man, I'll be in a suck league, man. I
want to be in the league with you. And in fact, I'm going to have to lay them out on paper because I've got them in email format. So we're going to have to kind of lay out a schedule.
Put them in a Word doc.
One guy emailed, they must be friends from yesteryear. One person emailed, says, I want to be in this football, but I want to be in the league that's run by Will B.
Oh.
I swear to you. So he said, in fact, you want me to bring up the name?
Bring up the name.
I did get everybody. By the way, if you emailed, one person actually had emailed, one person actually confused us. They emailed NorCal looking to get in the pool. I said, you've come to the wrong place. They emailed and they said, yeah, oh, sorry. You know what I meant? Because I almost said that on the air last night.
So it happens.
They had the wrong channel. Let's see. Who came in here? They said, I want to be in the league. And maybe Will know this guy. Let's see what I got here. I can play in the league. I'm interested in playing in a lot of them are like, I want to be in a money league. So that's fine. Here it is. Eric, do you recognize the name Woody 350?
Nope.
Oh, it's Rob C.
Rob C. Okay, yeah, that's Rob. Okay.
Rob
there he
C
is. He just
says-
submitted it. Okay, there he is.
Rob C says, I'd like to join whatever league will be running. Thanks.
There you go, Will.
You and I didn't get a chance today to we're
gonna have to put
more off air about it, but we're
We'll
gonna
have to put a Word doc together so we can get track of it.
by this weekend. How about we got
sounds good.
we got 1 hour shows on the weekend. So why don't we spend the weekend talking some fantasy football, not so much about what's going to happen on the field, but about our league and the camaraderie it brings among the Giants fans, and how this whole crap fiesta is going to unfold. Because I've already been in a fantasy. I've been in fantasy league with Eric now one occasion, and a fantasy for me it has not been. It has been. I actually tried to make a deal with Eric earlier this year. I tried to make a deal. I tried to get Ellie De La Cruz.
Ellie De La Cruz, yes.
A few days later, he was dealt to as someone else near and dear to our hearts. And then I had to work out a deal with that individual to get Ellie De La Cruz.
Yes.
So Eric didn't do me any favors. You were playing hardball, and then you dealt with somebody else.
Yeah, but I got a good pitcher. I needed pitching, man. I needed a good pitcher. And I got Lugo.
Well, by the looks of the roster, you and I need a hell of a lot more than just
Oh, dear
pitching.
gosh. Yeah. Gotta have
I think if if there was a little collusion, people would be pissed off. But if Eric and I put together our personal all-star team, we still don't have enough to get
Nope.
And my team's not that bad. Neither's yours. We got some nice pieces. I got Ramos, Chapman. Who else? I have L.A. De La Cruz. So I have base stealing prowess. I've got hitting power. Just fell out too far down.
Yep.
And Eric, can I give everybody a word of advice? I don't want them to use this to their advantage to beat us in football, Eric. But can I give people out there in the audience one pearl of wisdom?
Go for it.
Do not try to win your fantasy league in week 2. I was in top spot for 3 days. And now in a 12-team league, I believe at last check I was 10th.
Yep.
With no hope. Unless we can carry over the step, play a 2-year season. Me and I keep going next year. I might. Because what I did was I used up all my roster moves before the All-Star break. And
you went
hog wild. A little hot and heavy on the
you did.
How many times did I pick up some of these players? I think Matos has been up and down and up and down and up and down in my roster like 6 times, and I wasted those.
Yeah, that'll do it to you, man.
I was looking today to see if anybody would pick up Encarnacion in our league, and somebody
did. Someone did.
Hey,
I saw it last night.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw him last night. They got it.
I said, some sucker's going to go in there and get him before me. Damn it. And I couldn't even get him anyway. So I was going to call Eric and say, Eric, how about making a deal? You pick him up and trade him to me. Then you know what the first thing would be?
Collusion.
Absolutely.
100%.
Glenn and Eric are teaming up on the league.
Yep.
Anyway,
Carter wants to know, when October gets here, shall we do predictions for the playoffs? Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
We will be covering playoff baseball, man. You want to talk about playoff anything, but playoff baseball is just so damn exciting.
And coming next week on our very interactive, brand new website, the GiantSportsTalkLive.com website will be launched next week. It's going to be interactive. You and I will have sports scores updated there. We'll have the postseason positioning, the wild cards. We'll have our sports ticker. We'll have our fun facts ticker. We'll have our sponsors. I'm really excited because we'll have the Facebook. We'll have the Twitter. We're going to have our own website. And you and I are going to have fun with that, Eric, because it'll be interactive with the folks who are viewing as well.
Yep. I live for playoff baseball. So do I, man. Playoff. It doesn't matter who's playing. If the Giants are in there, that's even, that's sugar on top. But playoff baseball, man, there's just something about it. It's a whole different level of playing. And I just love watching it, man. It's going to be good times. Looking forward to it.
I love baseball every day of the year, Eric. And some people go and they, a lot. You've talked about. I've heard you use this term over and over. I know the chat has heard it ad nauseum. You say a lot of people go to Oracle Park and it's a night out and a photo op, and they take their selfies and
Yeah.
drink their beers, and it's not all about the baseball. When I go to the game, Eric, I got to be settled in before the team runs out to the field.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome your San Francisco Giants. And I watch the game for every pitch. And it's like a chess match, isn't it?
Yes. 100%.
That's what baseball is. It's a
I-
game within the game.
You know, and that's one thing about the beauty of baseball, right? It's when it's the pitcher versus hitter, it's mano y mano, right? Pitcher versus hitter.
Yeah.
Until the ball is put in play, and then it takes a total different shift. And it's just the way that the baseball is played. I mean, think about it. Is there not a better measurement than 90 feet? Because look how many close plays are at when they're running, when the runners are running the bases. It's just that perfect measurement to where you get those close plays where it's, it's not always a run, or it's not always safe, and you're not always out. It's just, it's that whoever designed the game had some wisdom about them, because it's absolutely fantastic just the way that the game is laid out. We've talked about the changes that have happened, but just I absolutely love the game. I mean, think about it. I mean, even when you walk into a park, there's something magical. You look on the outside and you see the facade of the stadium. Some stadiums on the outside look okay. Some of them just don't, whatever. But soon as you walk in and you see the field before you, where you got the seats all around, you got the bright green grass, you got the bright blue sky, and it's beauty. It's beauty, man. Absolutely love it.
And one of the guys in the chat had mentioned that October is a beautiful month. Will, our good pal Will, says playoff ball, football, hockey. There's nothing better, Eric, that when you get to that late September and you can go to when I travel, I try to do a booking like this. Not necessarily the Giants, but I'll travel to a city where you've got a big college football game Saturday afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can see a college hockey game Saturday night. And then I either catch a baseball game or an NFL game on Sunday. You cover the whole gamut right there.
Cover the whole thing, right? And look at Senior. He's speaking from experience just a week ago. Nothing beats walking into Fenway and seeing that. See? It's something about it when you walk into a park, and it's just it almost takes your breath away. It just takes your breath away, right? Because you just see it. And then even Fenway, as Senior, you got that I don't know what you want to call that type of blue, aquamarine, I guess you would call it out there on the green monster. I guess it's a type of a green, but you see that as a backdrop to the field, to the blue sky. I mean, it's got to be something, man.
Oh, and and Senior, I've been there many times. When I was living in Nova Scotia, it was a quick trip down to Boston, and I can tell Senior knows what it's like. And he was there just recently. Eric, the ramps, for whatever reason, when we walk into Oracle, the ramps are just slightly elevated. The ramps, when I was there, you sort of walk up, and you kind of crescendo into a platform. And when you walk out for the very first time and you see Fenway Park and the green grass, the dark green out there on the wall, gosh, what you only get to experience that once. And when you do, soak it in.
Oh, absolutely. And Spencer talks about it. I'm sure it's the same with Wrigley too, with the ivy out there. The ivy and as long as you go in the right time of the year, you got the green ivy out there. I mean, goodness gracious, man.
Well, you know what, Eric?
Cathedrals. They're cathedrals, man. That's what they are.
Yeah. You know what, Eric? You and I got to get up early tomorrow morning. We've got Giant Sports Talk live at 8 a.m. We'll tape the show just before 8. Drop it up there for everybody to enjoy in the morning, whether it's the afternoon, and get you geared up for afternoon baseball. You better catch the show early. We'll be talking about whether or not we think there will be a San Francisco Giants Washington game. Right now, that one is weather permitting. So we'll see everybody early tomorrow at 8 a.m. The Giants scheduled to play at 9:05. I want to thank everybody who dropped by the chat tonight. You guys, yes. We love you. We truly do. We don't take you for granted. We want to hope you hit the like button. Please subscribe. Tell your friends and support our sponsors, Lefties in Burlingame, if you're in the local area, and Signatures for Soldiers.
All right. Until tomorrow night, guys. We'll see you then.
Or tomorrow morning.
Woo!
You've been watching Giant Sports Talk Live with Eric and Glenn, a Northern Lights Entertainment Broadcasting production.